Yo, chat, we're about to go crazy. We gotta rank this shit up. Oh, fuck. Crazy. Yo, we're live right now. Alright, we're live now? Oh. Oh my god, bro. Who won the Dade Award? Lehens?
Was podcasts back then, but they weren't like a big thing.
Bro, I hate how the T1... Yo, what's up, Alan? How you doing today? You mean Xayah? Really? What do you play? I mean, how long have you been playing Xayah for?
The saddest thing about the old days is we always mockingly reference Travis doing this stuff. I'll give him credit, mate. At least he was doing esports stuff. Remember, most of the league podcasts back when we began, Monty, for real, were the ones where it was like people with the jockeys. They were like casual league fans who were like fans of the game, and so every podcast was named, you know, something based on like a Rift or like, you know, some crap like that, you know. So I always say I always thought Summoning Insight was a pretty good name. I thought I came up with an interesting angle there because I was in the same vein, but Adif Ours has aged fantastically, mate. It hasn't gotten like Tower Dive podcast, Twin
What you been up to?
It's not that shit.
Chat, I figured out how to stop procrastinating. Now when I do stuff, I work because I just focus on the moment, and I'm so in the moment. Recently, when I do work and stuff, that I'm able to like get shit done and stuff, which feels really good.
We all wanted listen, mate. I hadn't said on Twitter, bro, we're this close to Jovi versus Knight, and it's gone. It's gone. Both fun.
Who knows, man? G probably. His contract expires on. Does he stay on Gen G? Probably. He's definitely not going to KT. I'll tell you that. So his options are kind of Hanwha if he replaces Zeka. But I'm pretty sure Zeka, I'll check and see his contract status, because I'm pretty sure Zeka's contracted through the end of 2025. Let me check.
Yeah, the Xayah buff is really big.
Yes, he is, so probably
It made Xayah like way fucking better.
Not T1, because Faker's contract.
It feels like she actually feels like a champ now.
And then where else would he go besides Gen G if he wants to stay in Korea? Can't go to KT. Is somebody else going to step up big and pay him? Probably not. So I think he's likely to stay with Gen G unless he decides to take some big offer from the LPL. But basically, you know, besides Paige, Genji's entire roster is now going to be free agents. And I can't imagine, especially because you guys didn't know.
Lehens was already playing for Team 1. You know, enough about that. Enough about Agent Lehens. No, shit. Definitely not triggered about that.
I saw people trying to push the Hens for a Dade Award candidate.
No, that's too much. Come on. He's in the semis of bloody world.
He was in the semis of Worlds, and also it wasn't like he was really super hyped up. People are saying, "Oh, but he was he was the MVP of MSI."
Essence, yeah, she needs like 3 items to spike. She needs like 3 items before she becomes like a full champ, or at least like 2.
The first place team, you just get first team All Pro. It's not like people actually.
But usually like she needs 3 items. That's when she becomes really strong. 2 items to 3 items. Crit 80 carry.
I don't think he was that terrible. Come on. He was definitely very bad in the end.
Well, the thing with SMT Renavori though is that you're not able to kill tanks, and you don't have enough damage where you can kill everyone, and he doesn't do a lot. So you need like 3 items. At 2 items, she becomes like a. Depending on when she gets the item, she either becomes probably an 80 assassin, where she's able to kill like 2 or 3 people, more 80 carry, or she's able to basically be an ADC carry or a carry, unless she's like really behind. And when I mean like 80 assassin, that means like she's not able to basically cut through the entire like enemy team and shit. You get what I mean, basically. You play PTA or lethal tempo? Lethal. It's better. It does more damage than PTA does. Lethal tempo, because when you stack in like all-ins, longer term, it does more. PTA does better like in like short trades, but then it gets outscaled because you're getting extra autos from the tempo, which outdamages any bonus that you get from PTA, the 8%.
Don't forget, the rest of the tournament was fine. The real problem is this one. Every year they
The 8% only gets 800 more damage, but when you get the crit and you have like later crit, you're doing more with lethal tempo. Because you're getting your autos out a little bit faster and all in.
You're supposed to be selective with who gets in. It's supposed to be the absolute greatest. So similarly, the reason why you probably can't have Lehens.
Yeah. I did a test with my friend with the press and lethal.
Insanely bad.
Yeah,
It was
you guys don't know.
This is where people always get the stakes wrong. Dade was like a top 5 player in the whole world, all roles, and it
2013. He played much
was
better.
also, by the way, here's the thing. I agree with you, Monty. Lehens was never in that category. No one was really talking about it. Like, think about this, right?
Yeah, I do. Where are you playing in?
So this team is 100% probably exploding because remember, guys, these players already had to take what was considered a pay cut to be on the roster this year, and also the new luxury tax. So it's a soft cap is coming in this next year, and Genji has been very explicit publicly about saying, hey guys, we're not doing so well financially. LCK isn't doing so well financially, so I don't think they're going to splash out. They had a smaller budget than both T1 and Hanwha Life this year. Genji did. So I really just doubt that we're going to see this roster stay together unless they continue to take pay cuts just because they love playing with each other so much. It's hard to believe that they would like run this one back.
What they should do, Monty, you know the obvious move, is right now, somewhere in China, the phone should just vibrate. There's a message coming into the phone from Shofi, and it just says, you up, ruler reached Sofa. They need each other, bro! They need each other! We both went separately and tried to be the court lineups of all time. It didn't work. We got ruined by T1, so we have to come back together.
Really? Why? What happened at EUS? Which country are you from, Alan?
Is that we did
Alan?
the fucking final of LCK again. You remember on the final of LCK, they showed on the broadcast that, like, Xayah don't ever beat Toby once, isn't that like one world? And every other time got beat. It's the same shit, you know that story, when only Genji beating T1 officials 10 times in a row ever. But that story...
Bro,
that
why
came
isn't
out,
this shit
like,
working?
I think it was Nuke Duck or something, where they said that in scrims, they'd heard that Genji was beating T1 20-1 in scrims. So of course in the...
It was 20-1.
It clapped, of course, completely clapped, so. Also could have been a great series, but wasn't, so. Almost, if they actually won that game 4, I think it would have become a great series, man. It would have become one of the best of all time.
Wait, is my shit working?
I
Can you type something on that?
I think one of the things that's missing about the ruler thing too, because I've gotten a lot of, when I was streaming today, I got a lot of questions about it, is Ruler has actually been released from a contract that had him on JDG through the end of 2025. Okay. So I imagine Ruler was on some kind of Giga deal, so I am really surprised that Ruler wanted to leave this contract, and it probably comes with the fact that Ruler himself knows that, or Ruler himself doesn't want to min-max his money. because especially with the rumors that the LPL, by rumors I mean facts, that the LPL is lowering their salary cap this next year, he probably would have, with his salary, he probably would have just been on an extremely bad team where he was like 50% of the cap.
Right.
And so he is literally choosing, I think, to be more competitive for less money rather than sit on his current contract, which would almost certainly have paid him more than any other team in the world would have paid him.
That's why I love that boy Ruler.
That's true. Because, bro, we have all those players in, like, LEC that just sit on their fucking shitty German labour law shit for 1 year, don't play any League of Legends, go like, haha, but I'm making 1.5 times salary. It's like, you're not playing the game, you moron. This is your career. I actually think that's ball. And also, if you think about the teams he was on, Monty, Gen G into that JDG super team, he's made a lot of fucking money too. Like, he's got to be like a fucking, probably made like $10 million or something, guys. So he also can afford to actually make that.
Ruler, my God! Fucking swaggy ass motherfucker, Ruler, bro.
Question about Monty. Would he be playing on T1? Because everyone's forgetting T1's supposed to break up no matter what, so they have to get some players, so surely it's going to be some big names. There's players out there.
Faker is the only player who's contracted for next year, and you'd have to think Ruler would be on their list. Ruler, a couple years ago, I believe, said that Gen G would be the only team he would come back to the LCK to play for, but that was a while ago now. And I think, you know, him coming back and reuniting with Chovy would be very attractive to Ruler. If I was Ruler, hot take.
Oh my God! I live in New York, Alent. That's where I'm from. I don't know what's wrong. My fucking thing's not working for some reason. My chat.
Thing of all, Monty, that we all have to pretend that like Faker's just choosing not to be good all year long. Whereas it's obviously the saddest thing of all is when you actually consider not even his longevity, just the fact he's had those wrist injuries. I imagine he's just incapable of playing like this except on rare occasions. It just happens a few times. Fair enough, he's mega clutch at Worlds. Give him that,
It's weird when he has a few weeks break before an event and then plays fewer games at that event, sometimes with week-long breaks. He mechanically looks a lot better. Very interesting coincidence.
Just think about this, Monty. We all saw it in LCK. Like, I never saw that Silas type of. He was playing like shit on those Champions Pro. He was mid as fuck. Even like the one that really gave it away, Monty. If people didn't watch LCK, was bro. Even his Ari wasn't that sick sometimes this year. That was like his best champion the last 2 or 3 years. Like, he was really good on like Prince with there. Isn't that the example right there, Monty? If you asked someone who's actually watches the game like Dom, some actual expert, who will you take on Ari, Faker or Chovy? Bro, would he be a decision? Like Ari, Chovy was probably the best in the whole world on that. So no, it's why actually I think the saddest thing, as usual, is even the bloody Faker and Team 1 fans are going to ruin this whole narrative because it's actually an awesome story about.
It is a really good story.
The globe free worlds. That's like a dope story. That's like the world's buff through Xayah or whatever. Like that's actually a good narrative. They're instead going to make it like see for Team 1 so somehow T1 returned to Championship Farm. Like they're just going to make like some bad prequels meme or something.
We also just can't even celebrate T1 for the right reasons because when you try to talk about it, the entire T1 fan narrative just turns into, but they were always the GOAT team. Aren't they the GOAT team now?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, can we recognize why they're good now and appreciate that while also simultaneously acknowledging they literally have won one domestic split in the last 6 and they only did it in their first split as a roster. It's kind of shit, guys. They never won MSI. They won 1 World, although probably 2. We're gonna be honest.
Win 2. Yeah. They could have won 3 as well. They could have won them all.
Oh, I mean, they should have won 2 already. Like they should have beaten DRX.
Bro, I love watching my regular league talk show. Hello, bro. What's up, El Kappa? Okay.
You know in the same way, Monty.
What's up?
It's a mark against Chovy to lose to Faker. Here's what's weird, Monty. Explain this to me. Why is it a mark against him if Faker's the GOAT and this is the GOAT team? Isn't that totally legitimate that you could lose against them? Surely you could even be the second best team of all time? No. In their brains, it's a superposition. Chovy is simultaneously total subhuman shit and a choker. But the only person he chokes and loses against is like the best player of all time and the best team of all time in the most important tournament of all time.
But Chovy also beats Faker 10 best of series in a row.
That's because Faker's saving strats for Worlds. So it's saving his energy. Rope-a-dope the whole time. Rope-a-dope.
I mean, what's funny is like Gen G this is the first time Gen G's actually been knocked out by T1 at Worlds with this T1 roster. Because Gen G was busy losing to other teams in previous years.
True.
Oh man.
By the way, you know, I'll give you even an angle no one's going to think of about this as well, Monty. is, you know what's so tragic about the Gen G story? Because by the way, now Gen G becomes like JDG, something of a tragedy. Like they didn't get it
Guys.
in the most important tournament. The ultimate tragedy is this, Monty. Just like JDG.
Bro, what is my support doing? This stretch is so bad.
Like, bro, the Hanwha series in summer was one like the closest series you'll ever watch in your life, bro. That was insane. Like, there's a million times over Hanwha could have lost that game and won that game in other games. Then you look, this one right now, like I said, it was about this close to go to a Game 5 super banger. Like, that's actually how you know Gen G were insanely good. Because if this is them playing bad, no wonder they were so fucking good this year, mate. Like, they just couldn't be beaten. I even think if this is another example for this final, where, look, if you want to take the night angle and go, maybe Chovy could have carried harder. Yeah, I agree with you. But he, again, you know the whole thing of like he's choking in it. By the way, when have I ever seen a Chovy like performance like what Lens did? It never happened. Like he might have just had some bad games.
If Chovy did that, he would win the Dade Award, guys. I promise you.
No, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. So to me, I don't even think it was that egregious. It's more just like, you know, you got beaten on the day by a team who outperformed you. It was a mega game.
No. Yeah, I mean, I think there were some issues with Gen G, which we'll get to. Like, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of what we thought of some of these matches. But first up, guys, we've got...
Where's the lantern?
Of a new sponsor for you guys.
Bro, what is my support
like
doing?
The World Championship itself.
This guy is fucking terrible,
This
bro.
episode of Summoning Insight.
What is this trash doing? How do you have 3 times?
Hey guys, today's
What do you...
show is brought to you by Opera GX, a browser...
He just flayed them out of my E.
Not only
Bro, this guy is actually an animal.
With Riot to provide you with League of Legends esports and game-themed mods that are pretty cool. As you can see right now on my screen, I'm using the Renata Glass mod, which adds background music, colors, sound effects, which can all be, of course, toggled.
I never always believed in them.
Depending on your
He's my goat.
All you have to do to get these is to go to the LOL GX tab. You click on the controller to take you to the GX corner.
I need to love my E.
Oh,
whatever, it's fine.
To select LOL Esports, Cassante, Lee Sin, Renata Glass, or Renekton themed mods, with more coming soon. So if you've got a favorite champion, you can go ahead and align your aesthetic there. You can see that with the Renata.
Bro, my Wi-Fi isn't working, guys.
Chart here on your speed dial screen. Not only that, but if you go over here and page, which very conveniently has calendars to all the matches, as well as, if we scroll up, match results and VOD links to go with them, and a co-streamer hub with some of your favorite contributors to LFN, like I Will Dominate.
Bro, Thresh, come bot!
Your viewing pleasure.
He keeps roaming, bro.
Esports and a fun way to enjoy your browsing experience. If you've been wondering, well, I'm kind of stuck on my old browser. Is it difficult to make that switch?
Oh my god, bro.
Go into the settings tab.
What is he doing, bro?
You'll easily be able to import your bookmarks and settings for the different browser.
Bro, I'm under turrets!
Plugins can be used as well with Opera.
What do you mean?
Easy choice to move over and simple for you on your end. If you'd like to try it out, you should go ahead and check the link that we've got below and also pinned in the comments, and you can try it.
I can't!
We're back, guys, and thank you to Opera GX for the sponsorship. As you guys have seen, they're already on Worlds. They got lots of cool features for you guys, including the calendars.
This guy's so bad.
If you want to download, you can check the link in chat. If you're live, the link below, either in our description or in our pinned comment. I'm going to give it to you too. operagx.gg/lastfreenation. operagx.gg/lastfreenation. If you want to go ahead and give it a try. Nice lightweight browser. All right. So
here's the angle, Monty. This is where people need me. I am the only one who can do this. Because as usual, they fuck the narrative up. You know the narrative they're doing, Monty, is this one. It goes every year, T1 just peaks at Worlds. Like, yeah, look, it's a very, very broad strokes narrative. Yeah, that's accurate, right? But it's actually better than that, because if this is the actual narrative you should do. This is like an actual movie, Monty. Imagine a sports film in Hollywood about an aging superstar who's no longer the best. He's supposed to be at the rock bottom. Think about it, like Act 3 is right there, Monty. At the beginning of Act 3, our hero is 1 game from elimination from Worlds by KT Rolster. If they win Game 5, they
I thought
You win that game after losing a D plus as well.
Bro, I thought Lux was on the enemy. I thought Lux was on the enemy team, bro.
Seemingly, like all the top teams. They were getting giga shit on by Gen G. Even Hanwha Life was handling them. As I said, D plus knocked them out of the regional. Like the idea.
I thought Lux was on the enemy team when I ulted, bro.
You're now actually might even win worlds. That's like one of the best narratives I've ever seen before. Like, that's, in some ways, like it's not better than the one last year.
Bro, this game is actually fucking cooked, bro. I'm not gonna lie. My support is like a bronze player. He doesn't know. He has no idea where to be. I'm in a 1v2 for the entire lane.
That's inconceivable. Like in a way, that's actually like T1 did their own DRX in a way. They DRX did.
Yeah, I think that we can get into this now, I guess, because the Faker narratives, I think, do need to be told correctly.
Bro!
What's so fascinating about Faker as a player, as we've said many times, is that he has reinvented himself away from his giant champion pool, huge pick diversity, surprising clutch pickups at very specific times. He's not that guy anymore. Like, you basically know what he can play. His champion limitations are much more present. His mechanical limitations are much more present compared to other mid laners. Without him, this T1 roster is just dog shit on the map, and we understand now how important Faker is to the way that they play the style of the game that they play, which was on full display against Gen G. It's pick compositions. It is setting traps. It is the surprising Barons. It's his game
probably
knowledge.
The best pick team of all time. We can give him that. Like that's theirs. Yeah, you can have it.
I think that's absolutely true.
With the best Baron baiting as well. Like these are really good things to be good at. Yeah.
Yeah, and like they are.
Bro, there's no way I'm gonna get to scale this game, bro. I can't do anything. My support is worse. Like that's the thing with Kais that's annoying. You have a better support is he keeps roaming. My game's over already. I'm gonna have to hope my team can carry, but they're not carrying. They're not good. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do.
And that's not a problem. In fact, it's an incredible accomplishment for him to transform himself over the years into that. Because there's no guarantee you start where Faker started and then end where Faker is now. That is a willful act of transformation from a player who has supplemented his insane early mechanical talent and his kind of genius at micro in the game for playing for the macro side of things, right? Because that wasn't his job in the initial T1 rosters. He had players like Mandu to do that, right? Bengi was the one who was setting up vision and playing around him. And he has now become that guy, and we know what his teammates look like.
Jesus Christ.
So I think they really bought into his game plan and the way that he plays. So this is actually an incredible accomplishment for Faker, and indeed, why he's able to do these things. Like, now, why does this T1 team feel so stuck domestically and unable to actually win a championship? I mean, I say this, and again, we've mentioned this on the show.
Bro, what is this, man?
Minimum, because again, they've reached the last 3 World Finals, which is an amazing accomplishment. They now have reached a minimum of 3rd place in every single event that they have played, including Esports World Cup that they won, including both them, the MSIs that they played in, right? Including the World Finals. And it's not even like, oh, they dropped out in semifinals, therefore it's like 3rd/4th place. No, at MSI,
that's crazy.
It was double elim, so we know they were 3rd place or better. It really is extraordinary. And I think we should be telling this story, not some fake-ass narrative about how dominant this T1 team has been for the entire 3-year duration. Because if we're looking at the objective amount of time, they haven't been dominant for 80% of the time.
I mean, by the way, there's even an angle, I would say, that you're doing a disservice to what we just talked about stylistically. You present them as dominant. If anything, Monty, you know when we did that episode where we decided we were going to say JDG was the best team of all
Chat, I need more time to scale.
I still think the 2 teams, like if I look, not accomplishment-wise, because neither have won Worlds, but if I look stylistically, last year's JDG and then this year's Gen G, the reason why those could be, like, spiritually the best teams ever, Monty, is because look at the way they play the game. Gen G, in theory, just wins through laning and just going scaling, etc. They don't even have to fight you in the game. And JDG was just the best team fighting team. If you look at T1's strength, which is this weird pick comp style, essentially, choose like limited fights and sometimes choose not to fight, but then choose to fight around the right objectives. That's a really hard style to make work, Monty. That is like fucking walking a tightrope. So it's actually quite logical that wouldn't work all the time. Like that's gonna have times it doesn't, it just fails, and then the comp can't support it, or you don't play it out right, or you don't have the right player fed. But the few times it does work, it is beautiful League of Legends. Like one thing I enjoyed was, here's something people might not know. Zabatine, the French guy who I do Hot Take Point Made with, and obviously does loads of French commentary, etc. People don't know he's a massive T1 fan and always has been. I think he's been a Faker fan his whole career. He even says that he actually thinks people are completely ruining the narratives around T1. Because here's the difference, and he's right. In the old days of T1, we're talking about the Wolf and Bang era, and they used to win those worlds, etc. And used to all the LCKs. They were actually the boring team back then, Monty. You remember, they were the team that used to be back down 2k to 5k gold. Then they would do an epic team fight, and then put a mixture of like Faker and Bengi jungling as well. And they would get back into the game, even though you're supposed to be down and win, right? That was actually sort of like they were brute force in League of Legends. It wasn't beautiful. As Zabatine said, his own French on his Twitter, the beautiful teams were the ones that lost to T1. It was Rocks Tigers with all this amazing comp stuff. It was KT with the amazing map movements and objective control and sneaking barrier. That was all the brilliant shit we all loved. Those teams didn't bloody win. The joke is, in the modern day, it's reversed. The one that has the fucking style of play that's boring is like fucking Gen G, isn't it? That's cold macro. Like T1 now is playing beautifully. The point is though, it's not the best style ever to play. But I tell you what, this is the thing I said on Hot Take Point Made. My hot take, because everyone thinks I hate T1, is like, look, you can almost certainly say Faker's like the most clutch player ever. Like he pretty much always does well when everyone else chokes. So similarly, I do think you actually have to give them credit. Like, it's a really hard style of play to work. It shouldn't be the best. So by the way, if they do end up converting it to 2 out of 3 worlds, and it could have been 3 out of 3, that alone is fucking insane. This is why you don't have to get into the whole thing of like, because you know it's another problem with this whole narrative nonsense. 99% of T1 narratives just Faker. Like, this is Tom Brady all over it. You would think it was a 1v1 game, mate. Like, am I hallucinating? Like, look, Faker played well in that series. He didn't, like, dominate Chovy or something. And even worse, bro. Like, when I watch that series, I'm looking at people like fucking Gumayushi. By the way, he's had Smurf Worlds being insane the whole
Yeah, I know. Gumayushi's been fucking the truth.
Like, I think people are going...
Xayah, you guys been watching this Worlds?
As usual, it's just become like blazing Faker, where it's like, look, we can definitely talk about all things Faker's player, but I think also with T1, you deserve to talk about this as a team. As you'll say, it's a 5-man lineup, mate. And the way they actually all function together is amazing too. Like, there should be like a fucking... This lineup needs to be studied for like player interactions of all the teams I've ever seen in history. Like, they're clearly not the 5 best players. Like, if we're being honest, right, if we paused right now and made every analyst, even the ones that just saw that said, do a tier list, you wouldn't have that many T1 players at the top of your positional tier list. But
you would have 0.
As a team, the way they function is incredible, though. Like, that's where the unique strengths like play off each other, you know.
I will say at this Worlds, you would probably have Xayah at the top of the support tier list, but I do not think you would have a T1 player in any other position as the #1 player in their position, which is pretty extraordinary that they were able to make a final like that, I will say. I think, you know, you can look at a lot of the Chinese top laners, I think have been better. Like Bin and Bree have both had very good tournaments. I think Xayah's played very well in this semifinal. But I think, you know, you look at Elk and Light as probably better AD carries over the course of this entire tournament. Until quarterfinals, I mean, Tien was, I think, hands down the best jungler for the good, you know, for all of Swiss, basically. And I don't even think he played that badly in the quarterfinal either. I wouldn't say like he was the main reason.
Bro, I love how they're just inting and then they're pinging me to go to their end fight.
Yeah, I think Xayah is clearly the best support at this Worlds. And I think Faker has been good, but I'm not sure that we would say he is clear-cut like the #1 mid laner at this event. I think Knight has been like powering up, and Knight has had some really kind of amazing games.
That was disgusting.
So I would say Knight has probably been the better mid laner, and I think Chovy has also been good, despite what other people say, for a lot of this tournament as a whole. So, you know, Guma's been good, but I don't think he's been as impressive to me on an individual level as like Light in particular has been.
No, the thing with Gumayushi is this, Monty. The very impressive thing actually is what people are noting, that he had all those games he didn't die. Bro, the old Gumayushi was like a guaranteed death in a game. Like, he was playing super ham. Like, so I do think he's like sort of fucking shored up his weaknesses. He looks.
I feel like Guma Yuzi's underrated.
I also
Guma Yuzi's been a stud this tournament.
The real
I have to
narrative
watch more light and Weibo games, but
wasn't that, I mean, we all knew
I don't
the meta
know.
was bad in summer.
I think Guma Yuzi's a fucking stud this
But that
tournament.
wasn't
I think you could even make the
concern,
case.
because we knew the meta
If he
was
beats
bad.
Elk, he was the best AD carry of this tournament. I think T1's bot lane has been one of the best bot lanes in the last several years, but they're hoed.
They looked like they were
Zeus is a coin flip. Sometimes Zeus could play like the best top in the world. Sometimes Zeus could play like...
So I think the more disturbing thing was not necessarily the meta was against them. It was the fact that they did not appear to have the same level of teamwork polish coming into this event. And they were literally one game away from not even being at Worlds. Okay, because of that. So I think a lot of people who were doubting them, and look, I said I also think T1 is going to do very well at Worlds. I thought they would make top 8 definitely, because they do, like I said, they have made top 3 at every single tournament. Like they tend to peak at the right times. And so I had confidence that with the break, with the fact that it was Worlds, with the fact that they've done very well,
Stop inting.
that we would actually be seeing them. Did I think they'd make finals?
Jesus Christ.
No, I didn't. I think they probably. I thought they. I mean, no, not reasonable. So I think when we look at T1's performance, this is clearly an excellent performance by them, and we'll, like I said, we'll talk about each of the games individually.
Bro, I was like, I had vision, bro. You just
But
walked
this
into...
this has been a big blow up, and I think we would have said the same thing about last Worlds. They didn't look great in Swiss stage. They were not the favorites coming into the bracket stage of Worlds, and they still managed in the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals to look better and better and better, and then dominate the rest of the event. So it could be something similar that we're seeing here today, although I think beating BLG is going to be difficult. However, the mismatch in the bottom lane between On and Karia's performance, I think, does tip me a little bit in favor of T1 here. So, you know, this has been a great run for T1, but it's not. I think what's frustrating for people who actually watch the regions is that I don't think anybody who really actually watches LCK is out there spewing this nonsense about T1 and Faker.
I know.
That's what's so annoying.
That's what's annoying. Got all these people who don't even watch Worlds, and then the T1 fans fucking jerk fucking Fakers off like the truth.
I think they literally just
Everything that these guys said was in fact.
95% of the year.
Yeah, they don't. I agree.
And just yell Faker's the GOAT at Worlds and then disappear again.
True.
It does feel like some sort of
True.
status thing where like the joke is, it's like you're wearing a t-shirt like the classic Ramones t-shirt. You just bought it in like the
True.
make some mass production. You were like, I'm not really following Ramones. You think it's popular every world's going, I think Faker's the GOAT. It's like what a milk toast opinion. What the fuck?
Faker's the go, and then they just never watch League again afterwards. That's the truth, bro. They don't watch chat. Anyone that says like Faker's been the best mid this whole year is really like that shit, bro. I'm telling you.
There were so many fucking trucks being sent to the LCK was because T1 fans were mad about T1's shit performance a lot of the times, guys. Riddle me this, T1 fans. Why were you guys sending trucks if T1 is so fucking good? Imagine if you idiots had gotten your way and replaced...
Bro, isn't support amazing? You could just int like this guy.
You know what I mean? Imagine if you had gotten your way. T1
You could just int like this guy and get carried. And you'd be like...
Remember, Faker was so stressed he was smashing his head off a wall.
True.
Kevin Spacey shit where he was pretending to be emotionally distressed, and then what he did, Monty, was the second he walked out of that studio, he came out like, oh, they stood up like,
fooled them.
They don't even know me. Kekaki. Translated to get me the fuck out. You know what's sad? I realised, Monty, our mistake is this. We are just old men yelling at clouds and zoomers at this point in time.
No, we're old men yelling at clowns.
Oh my god, I fucked up.
What we need to do is this. We actually just need to embrace it and lean into it, because the obvious real solution would be to just do like the hyper narrative, like skit of what it's like when Faker wins Worlds. It's like, you know, oh, Stewie would. Like, we should just do it. It's like, we act like the whole world's T1 Sons of Worlds claim it's gonna happen, you know. That would be the better angle to make fun of it, you know.
Fuck, I fucked up.
Just us complaining like they've done it again.
And the reason why we sound annoyed, guys, is because it is annoying from a sports analyst perspective that this keeps happening. Because you want to see Chovy have that transcendent worlds performance. You want to see Genji and BLG, who totally dominated their domestic regions, look untouchable and then hit each other in the finals in some ultra banger that it feels like this entire year has been leading up to. Like, basically, all of us who have been actually watching League of Legends in this year have been engaging in an incredible act of foreplay for the last 9 months. And here comes Faker and just blue balls you at the last second. It's fucking annoying.
Analogy, are you ready, Monty? When I give this analogy, like, look, all the T1 fans won't listen, but a sane person, this might actually cause them to have a true epiphany. Imagine this, Monty. Imagine, like, I could use you, but I could use Dom as well. Everyone knows Dom post streams all the games. Imagine someone like you or Dom as someone who's actually like a food elitist. You're a connoisseur. You're someone who wants like you're a true foodie. You want the best quality, best prepared, best recipes, best ingredients. Now imagine that person, Monty, their whole life is obsessed with food and culinary pursuits and tastes. But that person, if they go to a restaurant that used to be the best restaurant in town, and they go there and they go, I'll order like the chef's special, I'll get that order. And it comes along, and it's just like bang average. It's just like, you know, fucking ballpark franks and beans, you know. And you're like, what? What happened to this place? It used to be like foie gras and fucking, you know, filet mignon. And then what happens is, Monty, are you ready? So you go to this restaurant every fucking week the whole year, because it's one of the best restaurants. And your job is to review food. And every time you go the whole year, you know what? There's sometimes in the year, Monty, it gets pretty good, but it never quite becomes the best. It's still like third, fourth, and you know. And then there's the worst thing is in the summer. Actually, it's really bad. Like the quality's terrible. Literally, like all the food's just shit. Even loads of people go there. Lost their way, you know. Then all of a sudden, are you ready? In October, they have this 2-week period where, for some reason, who knows what's
True.
cracks on and he starts making straight fire food again, Monty. And you then go to that restaurant in this analogy, you are Dom, and you taste the food, and it's incredible. It's what you wish it was the whole year. Are you ready for how a T1 fan would explain what you just did? You're a piece of shit, jealous liar, who lied the whole year that the food was shit in the restaurant. You want the food to be shit in the restaurant. Now that the food's really nice, you don't get to say it's nice. In fact, you don't get to enjoy the food being nice now, even though your whole life's about nice food. You have to just admit you were wrong, and actually the bad food the whole year was amazing, was the best food ever eaten. It's not a fucking scenario. It's actually because I hope
That's really how it is, bro. That's really how it is. You watch Genji dominate T1, they go like fucking 30-2, they luck up in like the biggest moment. The Hens just has like the biggest choke in Narn ever seen in like professional league. He had like the worst performance ever in like a professional game. Like bro was actually sprinting it.
We all fucking love Faker, you cretins. We have never disliked Faker for 1 second in our lives. Do you know who we dislike? You, Faker fans. Not
True.
Faker. You, dickhead fans of Faker. I despise you because you took one of the best things.
Faker's the fucking goat. But then they fucking always say Faker's like been the best, but he's not playing like that all the time. He's the most clutch player ever, and he's like the best player of all time, but like people overglaze him. Chocolate glaze that motherfucker.
It isn't, and you're a cretin for thinking so. And when it then becomes filet mignon again, you don't win because you said it was good when it was ballpark franks. I win in that scenario, and when it's
Can we kill this? Straight fire.
Because by the way, the worst thing they can say about me and you, buddy, because we've had a
I guess what people complain so like.
People like Dom genuinely.
Yeah, what's up, Sundays?
Every fucking day.
Why I don't know why people complain in LoL so much. Complain like. Oh, what do you mean? Like, what specifically? Complaining. Wow.
Excellent time to mention that if you would like good food delivered to your house.
Oh my god, bro. I should have ulted. Bro, I'm playing like such a bad fuck. I wish Cled didn't go to Baron and just stayed with us.
Only losing what, 3 games all split?
We're gonna lose. If I had ulted there, we would have won. I didn't think he had the W to kill me.
Have gourmet plus meals.
Bro, it's so crazy. It's so hard to play this.
But they also have keto, calorie smart, vegan and veggie, any kind of lifestyle, 35 different meals every week. And of course, they rotate them. So
I know people in Lowell complain so much. Like, we're complaining about people complaining. Wait, which thing are you talking about, Sons?
Cooked meals right to your doorstep. All you have to do is pop them in the microwave for a couple minutes, and they are ready to eat. They are dietary.
Bro, I need to get my
So you get good nutrition. They are
I need to go, man.
than the stuff you would choose to order from takeout.
Bro.
They will certainly be cheaper as well. Comes to you every week.
Bro, they got like mad sponsors on this fucking show. It's kind of lit.
In there to get everything nice and cool and fresh. Pop them into your refrigerator, and then all you have to do is just heat them up. So make a good decision. Head on over to factormeals.com/elephant50 and use code elephant50 to get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month. That's code elephant50 at factormeals.com/elephant50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. And you too can be well fed as you would have been watching the.
Oh, I mean, especially because people have like varying opinions. So like, someone will get mad over something, someone won't get mad over something.
In fact, they are now. And they are now. So now you can enjoy a fine T1 meal, as we all are, because I thought T1 played very well, actually, in this semifinal. I thought it was a great performance. But just because I acknowledge that this T1 meal that I received was delicious, doesn't mean I'm going to acknowledge that the meals I received all year were very delicious. Because unlike Factor, they were not. So thank you very much to Factor again, supporting our sponsors. Best way to support us.
Yeah, Pog sponsors.
Yeah. Sure you guys are enjoying it.
I've had it before. It's delicious. Yeah.
We've got a lot of comments from you guys, so thank you very much. I look forward to hopping back on the Factor wagon when I'm back in the States. All right, guys. We will talk about all of the individual games, but I do want to hit on the major news first of the new LCK format, Thorin, because that just dropped. If you guys didn't see it, now they are going to have to obviously, switch up everything because they're trying to add this new first international event into the timeline, so we're not having the galactically boring, spring and summer splits only. And as I suspected, Thorin, with the timing of when they announced that first international event, because there's only basically like a month before that happens into the season, they are going to be doing the LCK Cup, which is a lot like the LCS.
That's my cup.
Yes. The Kesma Cup, the LCS lock-in tournament, which is what I suspected it would be like.
Yep.
So there are going to be, that's what's going to kick off the year at the kind of mid-January. It looks like from the calendar and also just from typically when they play, the new season of League of Legends. So basically, Thorin, and we'll have to educate people who are not familiar with this, there are the top two teams from the previous season, so that would be in this case Genji and Hanwha Life, will each select a team of their choice. So there's two groups. And guess what they're doing, Thorin? They're doing a group selection process, just like the old MSL format.
Yeah.
Would you like to explain this to people? Because this is a good piece of esports history. Because it's actually a StarCraft Brood War format that they're using.
I mean, the interesting thing, if people don't know, is in StarCraft Brood War in Korea for about like 10 years, there was two major individual competitions. One was the OSL, so that's on GameNet, which obviously became LCK in League of Legends, but the other one was the MSL, which was another TV station, basically. And the difference was the OSL just did a traditional, like, randomized group draw, where you just pick people out and they get put in groups. But what the MSL realized is, because they weren't the biggest one, it's actually a lesson for esports in general, by the way. If you ever have to compete, you know that famous concept, Monty, that says that, like, usually it's actually the worst product that has to spend more on advertising, because that's how you make up the gap. By like selling people on some other angle. Basically what MSL realized was, since OSL was the more prestigious tournament, they just did changes to their format that just made it a better tournament basically. So like for example, they had like best of fives in their whole playoffs, they had reseeding in their playoffs. So what happened is in the MSL famously, number 1 and number 2 met in the finals a million times because the tournament was set up like that. Well, another thing they did that they realized was more exciting to fans is if people prefer the other tournament because it's more prestigious, then what you need to do in yours is make more drama and narrative. So what they did was, by allowing people who are like top seeds, I believe in their system, it was like a reverse draft. You started at the bottom, and people moved themselves around groups. And the idea was the top seeds had like multiple moves. They could do stuff like put themselves into a group and then move someone else or something like that. And so what they did was, like we did on Flashpoint, if people ever saw on CS, they did a group selection system where what you basically encourage is, as people are making these moves, like I put myself in Group B and then I moved, you know, this team to play you in Group D. What you do is you have people on the mic say why they're doing it, and if you do a good job, you make all these straight fire narratives. I will say, it is technically compromising like competitive.
Why are you there?
Because obviously you can actually have groups, and this is where it gets straight fire, where you either make it easy or you make it hard. So famously back in the day, what they would even do is, in the StarCraft turret, they would have players, like, almost like beseeching some feudal lord, ask the top seeds, like, to change their group or whatever, and so they'd all be like, John, please put me into Group B because I prefer to play Protoss players and I will show good games. And then what was straight fire was, there were times where when people trashed them, people did just make like groups of
Chat,
like,
should I go QSS this game?
at the very end, you just say, like, well, fuck this guy who's like my rival, and you put him, like, say in StarCraft, he's like,
Not even a
fucking
bad
Protoss
actual
player,
angle
he's
here.
Zerg, if people don't know. You just put him in the group with 3 Zergs, like, there you go, fuckface, enjoy that. And the reason it's sick is because, like, as you're playing here, like, it just makes it, like, extra narratives automatically form around the event.
Big for
It's
Lux?
actually awesome, yeah.
Yeah, but I can dodge Lux. I'm more thinking about Cannon. Because if Cannon R flashes me, yeah, exactly. I agree. That is very safe, so I feel like I'm leaning to BT. BT's more ego because it's like mechanics, but I think I wouldn't be in that position to get hit with anything except for maybe Cannon. I can Cannon R.
Basically, we engineered this when we did Flashpoint so that there were rules about how you could like flip
basically
groups and have the players on stage. Also, famously in the MSL, there were these group selection ceremonies where the players would just do ridiculous shit. Like they would come out pretending to be drunk, or they would do like. You guys can look this up.
My favorite one is sometimes people would just come in different outfits. There's one you can look it up.
Costume.
There's one where the player Fantasy, who's actually a coach in League of Legends now, people don't know, came to the venue because his nickname was the Terrorist. He came dressed as Osama bin Laden. That's real. That happened. Because you have to realise, like, they culturally don't know what that means. So I thought that was what they personally when I saw it back in the day. But okay, pretty edgy. Pretty edgy. It's wild.
So yeah, this could be if it's done right.
It's actually even crazier than I realized when you consider that the whole reason why South Korea exists is because the US has a massive military base there. Like, that's actually even more crazy that you did that fantasy. That's actually nuts, bro.
So you know, if they do this right, this could actually be very entertaining because
Bro,
would have these personas, or they'd have
Kai'Sa's playing out of their mind.
like, draw the players, and it was sort of like WWE ring entrances a lot of the time, where they actually had like velvet curtains and, you know, pretty girls drawing back the curtains and escorting them down the red carpet. It was very fun, guys. It was very fun. So
Jesus. I ain't gonna lie, this Xayah played it fucking insane. 80k doesn't matter, the XD Omega Law.
For this tournament, that would be really fun. So I am hopeful that we're going to see something like that.
My support into me Giga hard, but I did good coming back into it. But that Xayah played like fucking like a star, bro. That Xayah had that was probably one of the best Xayah performances I played against. He didn't like. I had no support, so you got fed off of just me getting dove because my support was terrible. But I should have honored Xayah. I don't know why I honored Thresh. I should have honored Xayah. I zoned out.
So if you go into a best of 5, by the 5th game of the best of 5, 50 champions will actually be banned in this game. Because you have the 10 bans in the 5th game, plus you have the 20 champions per team that were played in the previous 4 games. So this is actually full fearless. There is going to be a lot of depth to this. Now, I'm not a fan of this so much, but I understand that many people do.
I think the team was just like, fuck it, let's just honor everyone.
And have some spice in these games. Spoiler, guys, I think it's actually going to be pretty bad for the West to do this because turns out, you know, maybe playing a few strong champions is better for Western teams rather than having to dig deep into a variety of like weird comps or kind of niche pick. Weird, Thorn. Would that have been good in a lane swap? Maybe not. But that's not the point. The point is like I thought there was some like meta that was.
All right, cool. I watched that shit. Oh, bro, I have so much shit to do. Like it's actually outstanding. It's time. Hmm. All right. Okay, it's fine. Oh, I'm EP. Like, I like Xayah, but I don't know how to outplay with her. Chat, might be. I was just playing a game because I wanted to think about shit, and I kind of wanted to play one. Chat, I don't know if I should play another game or I should do other work. I have a lot of shit to do, I ain't gonna lie. Oh, I have Game Pass or League Unlocked? I need to have a Game Pass, but I don't know. There's a lot of shit to do all the time, though, every month. I like Xayah, but I don't know how to play her. I tried to climb out of gold as ADC, but it is difficult for me. I like Xayah, but I don't really know how to play her. Trying to climb out of gold as an ADC is difficult for me. Oh, all you gotta do as Xayah is just learn the lane matchups through the support, avoid the enemy support, farm up, don't die, and then auto attack what's in front of you. What do you feel like you're struggling with, Stuns? If it's in lane phase and you're stuck, you're probably not like you're probably getting hit with what the enemy support is doing, or you're not watching for ganks or knowing when to play safe and what is areas of the like the safe times to play in the lane or the aggressive times. Like jungler's top, play aggressive. Jungler might be there, get vision. Jungler may or may not be there. Assume the jungler can come and think about a way to outplay him while you're fighting. Shit like that. Team fights. In team fights, if you're not doing damage in team fights, Xayah's whole thing is that you attack, whatever you attack that's the closest target, you can hit every target behind. That's what makes Xayah super special. Xayah has insane ability to hit targets behind her. And if any target is walking towards Xayah or standing still, Xayah's auto attacks are like a skill shot, and then she could aim behind the target and hit them. You get what I'm saying, basically. So you can kind of play her like that, and then hit targets like from behind and shit. And then you can basically hit the other targets behind her that you want. What should I do today? I wonder where Kairos is. I haven't really seen him. I wanted to meet with him. I hope he's good. I hope nothing happened to him. Bro, I haven't seen him on all day long today. But yeah, all you have to do is just auto attack the closest target, and you'll be able to hit targets behind the closest target. That's basically it. Does that make sense? Yeah, kind of. I mean, the thing, a lot of the biggest problem with ADCs is they rely on their team too much in D2 and below. The reality is that if you're below Diamond 2, you can't really rely on your teammates to peel you. Until you get to like D2 to Challenger, it isn't actually like real League of Legends. Azap says this himself, and I agree with him as well. All League of Legends essentially under like Diamond 2 and like under, like Diamond 2 and like under is like it's more like you're trying to avoid what can kill you while you free hit. So let's just say like the enemy team has like a Master Yi, and they have like a fucking like let's just say the enemy team comp has Rumble top, Nidalee jungle, mid is like mid is like Vel'Koz, and then they have like or Talon or let's say Vel'Koz, and their AD carries like Kaisa Thresh. What kills you? Okay, you want to avoid Thresh Hook. You want to avoid Kaisa R if she gets onto you isolated. Let's just say you're playing Jinx. You want to avoid Vel'Koz R and not be standing clumped in with your team or like walk on the side of it. And then you want to also hit the top laner. What's it called? You want to avoid Nid Spear, and then you want to avoid like I forgot at the top. I should say Kennen. Fuck it, Kennen ult. But the thing is that as an ADC, is like that's like a lot to avoid. But the beauty of ADC is you don't have, but you're not melee of them, so you're not going into them, and they can all do what they want. As an ADC, it's their job to get to you. So all you have to do as an ADC is just hit the closest target in front of you, and then if anyone tries to get into 650 range of Jinx, they either have to burn Flash, they have to hit their hook, and you have enough attack range where you can react to skill shots if you have like normal human reaction at max range pretty decently well if you train for it, or just like hit what's in front of you. Your team will peel for you, and if they're bad, you can just hit what's in front of you and just avoid what can hit you. The problem with a lot of low AD carry ADCs do, and I've done this before because I've played in low elo and D2, and I've been stuck there before, and I've gotten to like challenger lobbies. I've played that. The problem with a lot of lower elo ADCs do is that they basically either play really fucking safe and do no damage, and they rely on their team to do everything to peel them, to stay safe, or they're like KDA players. When they go in, they get kills. And then there's the other players where they play it really aggressive and they're trying to auto and hit all the time, but they're not avoiding the threats like the Kennen or the thing, and they're just walking into melee range, or they're just autoing what's in front of you, and they're not watching what can kill them, and they get blown up so they don't do any damage. ADC is about like basically tiding this line of like damage as well as like staying safe. That's what the AD carry role is. You get what I'm saying basically? It's like this tightrope walk of like staying safe while doing damage to like the closest target. And the problem is that people don't know either or. So do you feel like it's like you die a lot, or do you feel like you don't do damage? I feel like it's probably you don't do damage but you have good KDA sounds, but I don't know. That's the issue that a lot of AD carries have, or a combination of both. Where they, sometimes at points they'll like either get blown up, and then they'll try to play aggressive, and then sometimes like, oh, I play safer, and then do nothing. But like, OPGG, I mean, I'm not gonna look at OPGG, but you could tell me, I mean, you could link it if you want. I'll look at it briefly. But as I was saying, but yeah, no. You basically as an AD carry have to do that. For players, chat, that play very safe, that don't do damage, you have to realize that it's your job as an ADC to dish out DPS to what's in front of you. To players that die and don't do damage, you have to realize that it's your job to avoid what can kill you and play around them. The thing is that ADC is that the people out, like, you can't just hit what's in front of you. You have to think about what can hurt you back. So it's like, let's just say you go to a team fight. But the thing is, an ADC, every ADC has tools to avoid that, right? And you have to also think of the location of where the fight is. Is the fight in like a really bad spot, like near their turret, where they can flank you? Is it in enemy territory? And your team, you have two people pushing, and maybe you shouldn't push for your team, but you should farm on the map. If the enemy's sending more people onto the fight, they probably have areas that are empty that they're not dealing with, like top lane turret, bot lane turret. You saw how last game I was able to get fed even though my fucking support was bad? It's because I played to my vision and then I operated and I didn't go in when they entered and I went for like bad fights. Oh, what's it called? Are you playing too aggressively and getting blown up? Maybe if the enemies are fighting in areas where it's near your turret, then you can maybe rotate and do damage. Are they fighting in the middle of the map? Okay, how can you enter? What cooldowns do you need to avoid before they enter, and what they are? Do they have big ults like Cannon or Namiel that's gonna start that have to be used? Well, maybe you should wait. Are they like staying away, and if you walk up and hit them, they're gonna jump on you? Maybe you gotta wait. Are you getting blown up every fight? Maybe wait for the cooldowns to use, or try to auto and then bait out the spells. Auto what's in front of you by dodging it. AD carry is a very big mechanic test because you're put in a situation where you have to auto and avoid damage. Really good AD carries like Guma, Yuzi, or Uzi can just walk up and free hit shit and not do anything. Let me see. I think you're not doing enough damage. It seems like when you lose lane, you just lose the game. It seems like you're a player who loses lane and loses the game kind. And basically you don't do enough. Let me try this. How to... Oh my god. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It seems like... I'm looking at this. You only play 2 ranked games. You gotta play more ranked. You had a good Ezreal game in ranked, but I'm looking at the ranked solo duo because that's all I care about. Yeah, it just seems like... It basically seems like when you lose the game, you just kind of like lose all... Oh my god, dude. No way. Oh my god, bro. Who hit the home run? No way Freddie Freeman hit another home run, bro. No fucking way. This is like I think this might be like one of the most dominant World Series performances from a single player I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god, bro. Freddie Goatman? Are you a Dodgers fan, Ryan, or what? Or bandwagoning? But yeah, does that make sense though, chat? Does that help you for learning how to play ADC and when to auto and when not to auto? And that's the issue that a lot of AD carries have. They don't like understand that fights change depending on where the location of the fight is and they don't understand like how to play around those locations of the fights. They don't get it. You're a Shohei fan? Oh, I see. Bro, I saw Shohei yesterday. Bro, all these baseball players are tall as shit, bro. Bro, everyone that plays baseball is fucking tall, bro. They're all fucking tall as fuck. And then everyone that plays soccer is like... Bro, I legitimately think that you just have to be genetically blessed for the sport you play. I'm sorry. You're not going to see a 6'5" striker or cam playing soccer. You're really not. I mean, there are 6-foot cams. Like you got people like that can play like Zidane. He's not like... I mean, I think he's more a center midfielder. But... You're not gonna say like that. Focus on 1 to 2, but I think it's better to just pick 80 carries that you're gonna invest a long time with and then learn them. That's my opinion. People, I can tell you like, play MF, Tristana, and like Jinx. Those are, and like Kaisa. Those are probably the easiest 80 carries to learn if you're starting out. But the reality is you have to find them fun enough to keep playing them, or you're gonna end up not wanting to play the game or leaving. If a league starts to feel like a chore, you're not gonna want to play it. Now, if you don't mind doing chores, you want to improve, you could play those champions, but I don't think you'll be as engaged or as an obsession. Like, I believe that if you play a champion... Wait, what happened? I know. Ryan told me. Yeah, if you like Ezreal, play Ezreal. It's fine. Watch Dragdar. Dragdar's a really good Ezreal player. Or like Ace Ezreal. Watch what they do and then try to figure out when they do what and why they do when they do what they do. Once you do that, it's like pretty good to go. You get what I mean, basically. How many hours have I streamed in the last 7 days? Oh, I went down last week. 2-run Dodgers. Welcome to the World Series Baseball. Damn. Man, I don't want to watch Yankees anymore. I'm done. I'm done, bro. I watched them score no runs. We left. I didn't even see the home run. Because we left and the 1 out in the 9th inning. I don't want to watch fucking that shit. I don't want to watch Yankees sit there. Aaron Judge fucking whiffing every fucking hit. Every fucking thing. Every fucking play. I don't want to watch that shit, bro. I don't want to watch Aaron Judge whiffing everything. Damn, what's up, Pep? How you doing today?
I love talk show. Hello,
Yo,
bro.
we got Pep Guardiola in the chat.
Okay.
What's up? No. Oh, Soto, you mean? Was it actually? Han Soto's really fucking good. But he might leave the Yankees after this year. We have to see.
But Chovy also beats Faker 10 best of series in a row.
That's because Faker's saving strats for worlds. Saving his energy. Go for goal all time.
I mean, what's funny is like Genji. This is the first time Genji's actually been knocked out by T1 at Worlds with this T1 roster.
Yeah.
Because Genji was busy losing to other teams in previous years.
True.
Bro.
Oh man. We'll
By the
get
way,
there.
you know, I'll give you even an angle. But
That's lame, bro.
is, you know,
Where's Aaron Judge going?
by the way, now Genji becomes like
Guys.
the ultimate tragedy is this one. Just like Genji.
Bro, what is my support doing? This special is so bad. Bro, what is that, bro? Right? Thanks for the tips. Have a great stream. Yeah, I'm glad. But yeah, try to watch people that are doing and copy and then learn that and you'll climb. I might make an educational course to show people how to play AD carry. I'm thinking about doing that. Because I have so much knowledge, I can teach someone how to get masters at least. How to play like a masters or like a challenger player. I could like teach them how to do it. Oh wait, I thought I was in queue. What the fuck? Bro, I'm sitting here and talking and I thought I was in queue. Chat, we're gonna go for challenger in the next 2 weeks. I think that we could probably, with my knowledge, I think I can get like a 70% win rate. Let me see. Calculator. What's the date? No, calculator. Bro, I'm like Neymar, bro. Chat, I was doing this thing that I saw, what's his name do? I was playing soccer today. I was doing this thing I watched. What's that guy's name again? Pogba? I watched Pogba do some Pogba flick back up, and then he kicked it, and he was like galloping with the ball in the air, like he was skipping. Bro, I did the Pogba, bro. I did the Pogba today. I was doing the Pogba. I was walking like Messi, bro. I shit you not, on the juggle. But my juggling is filthy. Dude, I juggle like fucking... like a fucking juggler. What if I could catch the mic? Chad, you guys want to see my little Kaza thing? I never opened it up on stream, but look at this. Look at this. I saved this. Clouds tide, the birds call. But yeah, as I was saying though, that's kind of how League works though, chat. All right, we're gonna have to climb up our way up now. We're gonna have a good long climb. Wait, chat, how many hours? 50 hours a week times. What's 50 times 60? Divide this by 40. Times this by this percentage. What's 53 minus 23? No, 52, 22. 31. 31 times 20. Okay. Times 2. And what's the cutoff for Challenger right now? No, there's not even that many players there yet in Challenger. All right, chat. In 2 weeks, I'm gonna get up 1,200. We'll be Challenger. In like 2 weeks, we'll get Challenger. But yeah, once you kind of learn what to do, you can just kind of like perma-smurf a lot of the games and stuff. But yeah, go ahead. If you're tired, sons, you can go rest. Let's see my YouTube chat going on. Okay, it's going good. Oops. All right. I ain't gonna lie. It looks like the Dodgers about to sweep the Yankees. Are they even doing anything? Juan Soto wards. Gleyber Torres flies out. Oh, they got a play-by-play. That's so cool, bro. I want to be a pro soccer. I think that soccer and league is like my two best, most talented sports. I legitimately believe. I legitimately believe, bro. I legitimately think like those two leagues. Well, okay, physical sports. I would say probably like chat. If you got to do a sport, which sport could you do? Yo, Aloha about to begin his basketball arc. Okay, I'll tell you my best and worst sports that I think that I'd be good at. Number 1, probably soccer. Number 2, tennis. I did tennis pretty. Actually, no. Number 2, probably like calisthenics or MMA. MMA. I'm pretty athletic. I'm like a natural athlete. I'm very athletic. I have really good athleticism. Naturally shredded, really good genetics for like sports. So I would probably do those. Least basketball. I'm not 6'5". I'm not fucking freakishly tall. That would not be it for me. Maybe I'll be like a facilitator, but that's not it. Plus, I have to learn with my left hand because my dad made me switch to my right hand because he wanted me to be a shortstop. So it kind of fucked my like I'm dual-handed, but like I would have to like learn how to shoot a basketball with my right, which is kind of cooked. I'd have to like learn and build that like muscle memory with it, which is like kind of cooked. I could do it though. It wouldn't take that long actually though. But yeah. Is there any sports that I think I'd be bad at? I think that's about it probably. For me, sports that I would do though is probably anything that probably league. Well, not league. Probably like soccer. Soccer. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my. Alright, what is this? What is our composition right now? I've been switching this depending on the lane. I think this is the best way to go about presence of mind. I just picked depending on the lane. I think that's the best way to go. I don't think there's like a one, like, I don't think Absorb Life is as broken where it's like a one size fit all thing anymore. I don't think it is anymore. I think you switch it the rune depending on the game. If you're playing it like correctly or very well. But yeah, I would say probably soccer. Maybe like calisthenics. I'm good at pull-ups. And probably like maybe bodybuilding too. I gain muscle fast. And League. FPSs, I want to get good at FPSs. I think I have potential to be really good. Because now I'll land some really good shots. But I haven't really done anything really insane FPS. I don't really have anything. I'm kind of like, if I played Valo, I'd probably be like silver right now. Or like gold. I'd be probably pretty shit. But I think that I have the potential to be really good because I have good reactions in hand-eye coordination. But I have to see. I have like good hand-eye coordination and reflexes. Worst sport would be basketball for sure. Baseball, I'm not sure. Because I'm more like... I'm like average height and kind of light. A lot of baseball players are really heavy to hit. So I don't know if I'd be able to do it. I think I could make contact with the ball. Like I have the hand-eye coordination to do that. But I don't know if I would get... I don't think I would get a lot of home runs. I don't have the power. But I have to see this shit. Let me go see this. I'm like a... Think of me as like... If I'm like kind of like Xayah. Or like a... Like if I was a class, I'd be like a rogue class. Like a mobile high dex. Like a bow archer or like a high dex class. Or like a rogue. Or maybe like a pugilist. But I wouldn't be like a heavy. I don't even like playing that shit in games either. Yo, what's up, Yarks? How you been? What's up, bro? You gotta get to lane. You should probably just go to lane first. I think Belveth will clear, but I think we could probably rotate